Hey you guys, welcome back to a nightlife now. Um, all we're up to right now is we're just chilling out on live, you know, but we're just relaxing for the day. So as people start to come in here, please be aware to be respectful and mindful of those in here. And also be sure to be welcoming to our new guests that will be coming pretty soon. Because, each stream we get at least quite a bit of new people. So, um, and yeah, also beware, also just beware and have mods who come in here too, so if we need to deal with somebody, they can be in front at all times. Which I'd rather have them be the people doing it than me, because, doing it on your own is not a good thing. But if you got backup, then it'll be helpful. You know? But, sure, it's crazy. Well, yeah, now we're officially in the pajama mode. So, let me fix my phone. But yeah, anyway, we're just chilling out in the bed like we would do. But yeah, so, um, just gonna put some this low. Just try to relax. This is kind of what I do. So, um, yeah, just trying to chill. But, um, anyway, hopefully everyone's day was good though on this Sunday. Today, my day was pretty good. All I did today was I relaxed at home and I did go outside for a bit and stuff like that. But, yeah. So, um, that's all about it. Um, yep. Hey Mel, welcome in. How are you doing? Yep, I'm doing a nightlife for a bit. Just cause right now I'm just relaxing. And I also just got off the phone with my boyfriend as well, so, which was like a couple minutes ago. But yeah. So we're just relaxing though at the very moment. Which y'all can ask questions and stuff like that. Just don't go the other route with it. But a lot of you do pretty good with that. But then there's only probably 95% of some people doing it. But right now we're pretty much in the clear of that. But yeah. Hang on. Let me just grab something real quick. So give me a second. Oh, I'm trying to go slow while doing it. Though. Whew. So I don't make this feel any worse than I'm having to feel. Give me a moment, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me slow down. Slow down. Whew. God dang. That's just wait. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm just fixing my pillows. Because they're kind of crooked. And I hate it when they are crooked, especially when in this state. Okay, we're almost there. Give it a second, y'all. Two. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I'll get my charger. But, yeah, so. Oh, try not. But yeah. Um, oh, and now we have two people. So, let me switch hands real quick for a bit. But yeah, for those of you that are just starting to come in here, hopefully y'all are doing well, and hopefully everyone is staying safe out there. Because it's crazy. Hey there. I can tell you're new. They're big. So welcome. And hopefully you're doing well. But yeah. Anyway. Man, just, you know. And also to update some of you guys about my boyfriend, he's been doing pretty good. Mm, yeah, we did talk on the phone. To answer your question there, Big, I've just been, well, really it started like a couple minutes ago. But, I just started having one of my episodes, and it actually started when I was in the middle of the call I was actually in the middle of a FaceTime call with my boyfriend when it all started, and yeah, and so I was having another one of my dizzy episodes. I hate those. I'm not gonna lie. And what's crazy was it was right in the middle of when me and my boyfriend were on the call when it started. Like, I think for me, I think that was the second time I think I've had a Disney episode start whenever I'm on the call. So, once again, it was just, you know, I was just luckily I was laying here at the time and not standing up when it happened, or else it would have been a lot worse. But, and for some of you that don't know this, I have epilepsy, and it's a seizure disability for those of you that do not know it that well. And the reason why I get these though is it's nothing like alarming. It's just medication side effects and stuff just from the meds I take. But at least my medication works to where my seizures are like at least canceled off. Like they almost erased completely and stuff. So usually for me when this kind of occurs, usually I just sit down or lay down and stuff like that and just try to relax and not push my brain not to go wild. But yeah, it's just, you know. And even this kind of brings up a point, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people will look at me and think, oh, how do you stay so positive all the time? Or how do you actually stay yourself without feeling like something's happening? Well, you think that's the case, but I'm also I also do get things that will try to grab me. But, you know, a lot of people will think that though, and they think, oh, how do you stay so positive and outgoing all the time? Or how do you just stay so good and not, you know, 'cause some people will think that I don't have anything that ever happens to me, when really, on the opposite, I do. We all have something that we actually feel. So somebody might look at other people too with the same thing and go, oh, like to their friend and be like, oh, why do, you know? But um, basically, um, yeah, because I mean, there's people too that would be like that with their friends, be like, oh, how does this person always stay so happy and good without feeling like they think that they rarely ever feel like they're ever down with something or something happens. when really that is the total opposite. They have stuff too. Like they have all kinds of stuff that happens as well. Just sometimes it doesn't happen all the time though. So for me I'm a happy and outgoing person, but that doesn't mean that there's going to be a time or two where my disability side effects are gonna, where basically my epilepsy side effects are gonna go crazy. Or, or just something happens to myself and it just, you know. So even that just makes the point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's hold it up just a little bit. Exactly, Mel. That is so right. It is okay to feel a certain way. Like, it's, for example, for a lot of people that are happy all the time, it's okay to either feel sad or angry or depressed. Not really angry, but like depressed or just, different and stuff. You know? At the end of the day, we're human. We feel all kinds of things. We're not always going to feel one or two emotions all the time. And so, you know, but yeah. But at least, I'll say this, at least I am thankful to be alive and well in general. Like, I'm thankful for all of it. But even I'm thankful for the days I exist. So even during the times that I do get either a dizzy spell or a headache on top of things, I still remember who I am fully, even during it. And so, um, and even this does go to show that I'm not old, that I've got other sides of me, not just two sides that y'all physically see as well, you know? But yeah. But yeah, like I said, whew, a lot of this Foley did start though when me and my boyfriend AJ were on FaceTime just talking like usual. And I was just, like I said, I was just laying here chilling. And all of a sudden, off the bat, was literally when I started to feel it come on. I'm like, and y'all, usually with me, for those of you that ever get kind of curious how I know, especially when it comes on, I will know because either I'm sitting down or standing up or just, you know, in general. And I will usually the way I will tell when a Disney episode comes on is I will feel either myself feel like my head shifting or I will see the walls literally move like crazy. And everything just doesn't seem stable. And so half of the time it's like usually I just sit and relax and just try to not go too overboard with myself. But, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do and stuff. Because at the end of the day, people that have medical disabilities, that have medical issues or disabilities, they have something too that they even have to fight with. Like, y'all, even I fight with my dizzy spells and headaches as well. And I usually hate when those come on, but at the end of the day, I'm thankful to be alive. And I'm thankful to not be in a situation where it's worse than that. But at the same time, I'm thankful in general though that with all this, it is not anything alarming where it's like, okay, this is going on, XYZ. But yeah, just thankful for each. Whew, man, give me a second. Yes, that's right. Let me kind of sit up a little bit. Give me just some. Whew. Yeah, now. Slowly sitting up a little bit. Just a bit. But even I kind of have to be careful doing that too, because, whoa. Give me just a moment, y'all. Oh, god dang. Even I kind of have to be careful with just doing that too, just a little bit, because, you know. Hey Raymond, how are you doing? But yes, praise God is right now. Because, I'm thankful it's not worse than that. Ooh, man. Oh my lord, gotta relax. But, yeah. So. But yeah, I said I'm thankful to be alive, so that's what matters. But yeah. Um, but yeah. My gosh, I must have written it all. But yeah, and actually, yeah, I will say this too. Even my boyfriend has seen me a couple times. Like, my boyfriend's had to encounter me a couple times having the same episode a couple of times. Because it would either be that, like, either be during the school year when I was in school, like, during my second semester or so. Like, there would be times it would be like either I would be in my either my third, fourth, or fifth period, and I'm in class just doing my thing, and all of a sudden I just start to feel like I'm having a dizzy episode, or just don't feel that best in between. And so there's been times where in school that's happened too. And even I still remember this one particular story too. When I was a senior, y'all, which was about almost a year ago, my first semester of my senior year, me and my classmates, from my third and fourth period, um, and also for some of you to references, I was in a class called, hang on, give me a moment. I've got it in my head, but it's just there's a lot going on that's like takes a second. Hang on. Give me a second. Path. Okay, here we go. There's a name. But yeah, I was in which one of my classes I have is called Path. And so what you do in there is you learn about job skills and stuff like that. And you actually kind of learn about what it's like to work in jobs and stuff like that. And you learn just things that are job related skills and stuff. So if you were to get a job out after school or even during the school year, you would know kind of some of it. But you do other cool things too. Um, man. I mean, it will depend though, honestly. Honestly, it will depend though. I'm not gonna lie. But, hang on. But yeah, and so it would be every Tuesday and Thursday of my senior year that we would go to um this church that our teacher would go to, and they would do a food pantry every Tuesday and Thursday. But we would be there the morning of, so not like when it would start. It would be like, I think for them that thing would start like I think 6 or 7 in the evening, but we would get there at like at least 10:30 to 11 ish at the latest, and then we probably would leave around like at least almost 12, maybe. Or I think we would leave at like 10:30 and then get back at like almost like 12 at the latest, just in time to get to our fifth period. And so on this one particular day, I remember we were just wrapping up. Like we were just getting done with the test we were doing. I think it was a Tuesday. I forgot the day. It was either Tuesday or Thursday that we were there at the food pantry doing our stuff, and we were getting done at this point. I was just waiting for a few people to get finished so we can head. And so I was just waiting, like any morning, just chilling. And all of a sudden, I just felt one of my dizzy episodes start to approach. And of course, I'm walking kind of slower just to not feel like something's gonna happen. And um, all that kind of stuff. So, and also for reference, y'all, even AJ's in the same class too with me. And so what we did was when we got on the bus, me and AJ sat, and just so you guys are aware, y'all, me and AJ both sat together. We both were the main two people that would sit by each other, even on the bus to and from, doing all that, like we all would. And so I'll not forget, after I was sitting down the bus just went as we were going back, I literally was like, okay, I need to put my head on somehow. And so what I did was I just leaned my head up against my boyfriend's shoulder, but also on his chest too, a little bit. And I just remember just shutting my eyes every little bit just to kind of calm it down. And oh, man, y'all, he was even so sweet as well during those and stuff like that, because even he's seen me at little points like that. And even as well, there's been a couple times, even in person, like during a hangout or so, he would see me, like I would start having another one of my at the exact same episode, and he would either look at me or I would just look at a certain direction, and he would just look at me and be like, "You good?" And then I tell him what was going on. And y'all, I'm just thankful that he actually cares about me, and I'm thankful he actually is there for me whenever I'm going through a lot, or if I'm just going through kind of that typical day and stuff, you know? But at the end of the day, we all should be thankful to have a partner who actually is caring like that. Because, imagine if, like, literally imagine if y'all end up being, like, married one day and that were to happen, you know? It's just kind of what it's like. But I'm just so thankful for him now. Hang on, I gotta read this again, though. Anyway, oof, gotta relax, though. But yeah, so, um, yeah. What? Why? Okay. You can do whatever you want to do. But, yeah, I mean, after I first started actually dating in high school, when I was actually a sophomore, man, after that relationship, oh, he was crazy, but dang, he was a such jerk. Like exes would be. And I was relieved when he and I split because I could not at the end. And like I said, for reference, that one was my first relationship, unlike this one. And so, and like I said, it took me 2 years to find the right person, as of right now. And basically, right now, 2 years, like basically 3 years now later, found that person about a year ago. And I'm thankful. Because at the end of the day, he is actually calm. Like, he is pretty calm and chill around me. I can actually be myself without having to either do something a certain way, like, or feel like I have to do something a certain way, and stuff like that. Or if it's wearing my hair a certain way, or just, or wearing something on me, you know? Like, for example, I can literally be around my boyfriend with my hair tied back, but also I could be around him also wearing just like a simple t-shirt and shorts. Or wearing basically my pajamas around him. Or just wearing just a decent tank top around. You know? I feel like I can literally be in my own skin without having to do it and stuff. And I can also feel like I can just feel good. I can just feel all emotions at once around him. But yeah. Yep. Yes, he does. I'm thankful for that because if he didn't, then that would be an issue. And I'm thankful we've not gotten there yet. Especially. Mm. But y'all, I will say this too though. Even when he and me were on the call earlier, um, y'all, I don't know what happened, but at one point, when just he and I were just on the call together earlier, at some point, y'all, I literally felt like I was glowing out of nowhere. Like, I just felt like a glow up happened. Like, cause I was just looking at him, just smiling through the camera, and all of a sudden, I just felt like half of me was just glowing like crazy. While I was still while I was still recovering, and I've been kind of since then. And even it just made me look crazy different. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, this is the first time I've almost had a crazy glow up in front of my boyfriend on a call. I'm not gonna lie, it felt crazy. Like, you know, it's crazy. Yep, John Love is right. Hang on. Yes, he does. Like, I just start going crazy because it's like, because I really have never felt so good ever since he stepped in. And he's just, he's just been truly amazing. I'll tell you that. And what still is crazy, y'all, is I keep saying this in my head half of the time I start thinking it. It's crazy how he and I were friends from grade 10. Like, he and I were friends at grade 10, y'all. To now, us, and, like, what's crazy was I had no suspicion that he and I were going to be dating as seniors in high school. But then at the same time, I had no idea he was going to ask me out the week of homecoming. I'm not gonna lie, I'm going crazy. That's crazy. Like, oh my god. Uh, but I mean, for real though, it's crazy because yeah, I said it there, y'all. Though basically, the time he asked me out was the same week as homecoming. So literally, mine was a 2-in-1, which was wild. It's crazy. It's crazy. I still remember it. But I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. And y'all, we were only 17 at the time. Like, we both were 17 around this timeline. I was almost 18. But, crazy. Because at this point, it was like a couple-ish weeks before I would have been 18. But, yeah, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. One bit. And then, man. And y'all, I still remember when he asked me out to homecoming, though. I will never forget, it was me, my best friend Asia, and a few other friends of mine and his brother. We all would sit at lunch together every day. And man, it was a Monday of that year, which basically was the 18th of September. And I had no idea I was gonna be asked out and then asked out to homecoming on top of that. Out of the blue. So we all were just getting, like, a lot of us were getting our lunches and stuff like that and getting back to our spot. I was getting my lunch and doing the deal. And then when I got back, eating some of my lunch, and then all of a sudden, I think my best friend was like, "Hey, I think AJ has to ask you something." I think it was my friend who went, "Hey, I think AJ has to ask you something." I'm like, "What is that?" I thought he was trying to get my attention, but I just didn't notice it. But then at first was when, um, but yeah, at first, this was when, he asked me out to homecoming, and I'm like, and so, of course, I go to look at his attention and go, what is it? And so, it took him a second just to say, because all you know how men get when it comes to asking around and stuff like that. They get a bit nervous because it's just how the body reacts and stuff like that. It's just, it's an excitement thing, but at the same time, it's like, it's a big deal. And so, um, yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. And so, literally around, um, mm, yeah, so at first, after I respond to him, and he goes, will you go to homecoming with me? And I go, yes, and y'all, my friends were going crazy with me. Like, we all both were just screaming like crazy. It was a kid. That day was wild. And then I literally start texting my mom this and told her what's happened. And the next thing I know, a couple minutes goes by, and just like that, I actually get potted. Then, within that couple minute window, he asks me the question, will you be my girlfriend? I go, yes. And then again, me and my friends just start getting that excitement. It still is so crazy. Like, my God. It was pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. Because even I still re-image it. Like, that day I still have the vision in my head still. Because of how wild it was. But, like, you know, it's crazy. I can't stop going crazy. Oof. But yes, he does that. He still gives me all the great grace. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like give me a moment, y'all. Hang on, y'all. Give me just a moment. Alright. Now we're good. Just had to adjust myself again. But yeah, it was crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So, let's see. It's crazy. But yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. Um, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, what? But yeah, I mean, it was literally crazy though. I'm not gonna lie, cause even I still remember all of it, and y'all, it's crazy. It's crazy to still remember to image it all, but you know, just do what you gotta do to remember all of it. But I'm just so thankful for him because he's just been there ever since. God dang. But yeah. Um, man. Oh, gosh. But y'all, even I still, um, what else do I know here? Sit for like a minute. Hold up, trying to find this. But, yeah. It's crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But y'all, also for reference, just to tell you this, me and my boyfriend had like, let's see, we had, y'all, and even for reference, y'all, me and my boyfriend literally had 4 periods, like 4 class periods together that year as well. So it was crazy. So we even got to see each other a lot that exact year. So for example, we got to see each other. So my third and my fourth period are in the same class, which is Path. And then he and I would walk to, and then he and I would see each other again in English. And yeah, what we would do is we would actually walk together to English every day as well. Because what's the point? Me and him were going through this, so it's like, gotta do it. But even there was times too that we were holding hands in the hallway, being all cute. Oh my god. Yo, remembering these moments are crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And then, yeah, and so, um, it's pretty cray. But yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, it was cray. But yeah. Um, so, um, yeah, then after fifth period, he and I would also walk together to sixth period because that was lunch, which was our lunch period. And so, and then also, he and I would also walk about halfway to our seventh period classes. But the only differences was his seventh period was on um his seventh period class was on the second floor. Mine was on the first floor. So we walked about uh we really walked to up to the stairwell where he goes. And so what we would do when we get to that little area is he and I would he and I would kiss each other goodbye, and then after that it would be I would text him after school and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of what the schedule was like for us too. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, to answer your question there, Raymond, yeah, she had a good Mother's Day and stuff like that. But yeah, the only time actually me and my boyfriend actually ended up walking together to the buses after school was actually the last day I was ever, like, he and I ever got to see each other at school. So, like, my last day at that school before I transferred. Oh, I still remember that day though. Because that day it was very sad for me knowing that each class period that went by, it was like, oh my gosh, last time I'm ever with my friends and just in that exact class as well. And it's like, you know, it's crazy. But and even with my boyfriend, it was the same way. I'm like, last time I were walking the hallways. It was a little emotional for me too. It was like, but yeah, even I wish I didn't transfer, but it had to be done. But at the end of the day, it's crazy. Yeah, we went to the same school from basically like we went to the same school like since I was a freshman. But he and I just didn't meet until we were sophomores because he was in well I wasn't I mean I did do some out classes but not all out classes. But my sophomore year I did a couple of out classes. So he actually was in my English class, which was an out class of mine that I had that year, and that's where I fully met him, by the way, y'all. But we were friends though at that time, and I was actually dating my first person at that time as well. I still can't get over that though. But yeah, and I never suspicion we end up actually being a thing our senior year, and so yeah, and even like basically my senior year we just hung out a lot and stuff. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. And yeah, we only went to the same school up till I transferred my second semester. I still remember how that went though. It was not easy, I will say that. Man. Sorry, I'm hearing my dad snoring next door. Here we go. But yeah. So oh, man. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, he was a really nice person, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, even what was pretty cool was literally we met when I went to that English class and he was in there. And also, y'all, fun fact, I was also in color guard at the time too, that year. So it was pretty cool and stuff. So yeah, he was really nice. I remember this. Raymond, yep. To answer your full response. Yes. He does snore a little bit loud sometimes. Like, sometimes, like, for right now instance, I can hear him as I'm talking to you guys. You can hear a slide of it right now. But, basically, like, most of the time I can hear him from this room. And, y'all, for context here, just to say it in context, my dad is in the living room. I'm in my bedroom, which, to preference it this way, my bedroom is next to the living room. So literally, I am next door to where he snores. Half the time. Yeah, it's unheard of. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's some of us that do snore. Even if we don't know we do. But yeah. So. And plus, he sleeps on the recliner. So literally, he sleeps in the rocking chair recliner we have. And I mean, I'm shocked he makes it comfortable. Because I would never be able to do that. Never would not be able to do that. But yeah. I mean, a lot of people can't make that ever happen. But some can, which I'm surprised. One bit. And so, um, yeah. Hey, y'all, give me a second. Oof, give me a moment. Whew, man. Just saying all this puts me. But yeah. Alright, so. Yeah, right now we're just chilling out, though. Even I'm chilling out while trying to recover, but, you know, half of it's gonna put me into all the crazies. Ooh, that's a good one, Raymond. My top three, um, so, oh gosh. My top three songs here, It is definitely Love Me Tonight by Jay Webb is the first one. The second one, oh, I've got too many goods. Try to think of a second. My second, oh Lord. Probably my second one is, oh, give me a second. Hang on. I have the second one almost in mind, but just trying to remember. Probably my second one is, oh, gosh. Probably Control by Zoe Wees, which I put out there. And then my third one definitely, is, Nobody Compares by One Direction. All the way. So those are my top three. They're both really good, I'll tell you that. And stuff like that. But yeah. Hang on, I'm fixing a blanket though. So give me just a second. Oh my gosh. Whew. Yeah. They're pretty good songs, I'll tell you that. But yeah. But yeah. And so. Yeah. Oh, we're just chilling out, y'all. Oh, we have 3 people in here. Hey there. The son of talented things. I can see you're new. So welcome. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Oof, just trying to hang in there. I need to actually sit back, not just keep seeing up too much. But yeah. What the heck? Hang on. Alright. Oof. Man, that's me. Not gonna lie. But yeah. So. Oh boy. But anyway, though, yeah, for those that are coming in, we're just hanging out. Even we're just hanging out, well, even I'm trying to slowly recover. But, you know, y'all kind of see more behind the scenes a little bit of what actually goes on as well. But yeah. Oh, okay. That's interesting. It's okay. It's not you. It is not you at all. Trust me. Oof, man. Just trying to put up with a lot of it. But yeah. Troll. Um, but anyway, we're all just relaxing. Yeah. Oh, let's try to take it in. I don't think he's not being rude. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're just, like I said, we're just chilling. But yeah, for some of you that are coming in here that are new, I will say a few things. Just say something about me off the bat. Is that I am an epileptic. For those of you that are learning me here, and so that's just a little bit. So a few of us here, have certain stuff that we put up with. But yeah, yeah, right now it is 10:30 over here. That's crazy. Like, but yeah, I'm just hanging out. Oof, give me a moment, y'all. But anyway, um, let's see. I'm sorry. Get my blankets fixed up. So, um, but yeah, right now we're just relaxing. And I'm just trying to get over this episode right now. Which, it's just an epileptic thing now. With me that happens, so it's not really new. As well. But yeah. But yeah, we're just chilling out there, y'all. Let's fix my. Dude. Alright. Alright. Raymond. Hopefully, rest of your night goes well. Hopefully for me, at least. Hopefully this chills out. Hopefully. Either later or by tomorrow. Cause like, it's just me just trying to put up with all of it. But yeah. So we're just chilling, y'all. But so but yeah. So we're just taking out. Alright, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I do hate feeling like this. But at the end of the day, I'm thankful it's like right now and not later on. But yeah. Yeah. Uncle Cracker. So yeah. I think I'll do it. Sorry, that was my dad burping next door. Oh lord, that was crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Not gonna lie. Oh my god. Oh, yo. Everyone knows how dads can be. We'll say it like that. Like, for real. But yeah, we're just chilling. And stuff. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, we're just relaxing. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on it probably not much longer. Just cause, like. Just cause I'm trying to recover, but also. I'm still kind of not really feeling too great. But hey. even me talking with you guys for just a bit kind of helped a little bit. But you know, recovering is the main thing too. And plus, it's more important to take care of your own health than going crazy at yourself, which I'm not doing that, but you know, that's just what I do. Yeah. Hang on, let me actually slowly get up to. Let's try to grab my. Oh shoot! Oh, give me just a moment, y'all. Ooh. Hang on, let's slowly get up for a second, just to grab a drink of my water real quick. So give me a moment. Just gotta get up slowly. And y'all, this is the thing too, especially when it comes to me being like, this is the thing too. Whenever, but really for me, whenever I have these episodes, and let's say if I was just getting up real quick just to either go to the bathroom or grab a sip of my drink of any kind, I kind of, what you need to do is just get up slowly so you don't give yourself a head rush. So, right now I'm just sitting for like a quick second just to let it kind of get decent, but to where it's stable enough to, even though it's only a short, even though it's only from here to there, which is very short. But you know, so now I slowly just get up. Mm. Let me take my last round of my medication. Alright, now I do the same thing, but slowly getting back. Man. And then do it again, which is just sitting slowly in the bed for just a moment. But yeah, yeah, this is just kind of what recovery with me looks like when I go through this. I'll just get up though. Oh, oh. I know, give me just a second. Okay, now we're back. But anyway, I'll probably just be on here for maybe another minute, and that's it. So, yeah. Um, man. But for those of you that are in here, hopefully y'all are doing good. And hopefully hopefully you've had a good day today. Oh, damn it. Oh, I hate that. But yeah. But that's what's happening there. But yeah. So So, ooh, it's kind of what I do too. And also, this is something I do too whenever I am going through, well, not going through, but whenever I am having another one of my dizzy episodes. Is just the pressure system, like in here, like around this area, and over feel. But yeah. Um, yeah. But anyway, um, yeah. So, but yeah. Oh, I'm gonna die. But yeah. Okay. Um, so, anyway, um, it is almost 10:45 over here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, but anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of y'all's day or night or evening or morning, wherever you're located in. Hope you have a great rest of y'all's day. And I will see you guys back on here. All that stuff. So